Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Kalaye Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam Ajnananashakam Devam Sadguru Muralidharam. Welcome to our Golu. Golu has 7 steps. Why 7? When we hear about 7 janmas, it doesn't mean that a jiva can have 7 births. It means that there are 7 kinds of births a jiva can take. Plants, trees, reptiles, marine life, animals that live on land, birds, human beings, and the devas. The Golu dolls are arranged in this manner, from the top to the bottommost steps. There is also a philosophy that we see Bhagavan in everything around us through the concept of Golu. This year it is our humble effort to depict Nava Vidha Bhakthi and Pancha Bhavas from Srimad Ramayanam and Srimad Bhagavatham, inspired from the Upanyasams of His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Muralidhara Swamiji. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. In this shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5-year-old Prahlada shows the 9 types of bhakti or devotion towards Bhagavan. Shravanam, listening to the stories and greatness of Bhagavan. Kirtanam, singing the glories of Bhagavan. Vishnoho Smaranam, remembering the greatness and leelas of Bhagavan. Padasevanam, serving the holy feet of Avatara Purushas. Archanam, offerings to Bhagavan. Vandanam, offering prostrations. Dasyam, serving Bhagavan. Sakhyam, friendship towards Bhagavan. Atmanivedanam, total surrender unto Bhagavan. In this step, we have shown the Nava Vidha Bhakthi from Srimad Ramayanam. Shravanam, Lord Rama and Lakshmana listening to Ramayana from Lava and Kusha. Srimad Ramayanam has such greatness that Lord Sri Rama himself did Shravanam of the entire Ramayana from his own sons. Kirtanam, Lava and Kusha doing Kirtanam of Ramayana which they learned from their guru Maharishi Valmiki. Valmiki Maharishi, before composing the great epic, was a robber and was involved in many sinful activities. Only through the Upadesha of sage Narada, by chanting the Ramanama for years together, did Ratnakar get transformed into a great Maharishi. Valmiki wrote the Ramayana under the instructions of Guru Sage Narada. Here we have Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha chanting Ramanama. Sita Mata, during the tough times she had in the Ashokavana, after being carried away by Ravana, her thoughts about Rama were the ones which made her hold on to her breath. Here we have Sita Mata listening to Hanuman about Lord Rama. Padasevanam. Bharata, after hearing that Lord Rama went to the forest, wanted to bring Rama back to rule Ayodhya. But Rama refused Bharata's request. In order to fulfill his vow that he made to his father Dashratha, he blessed Bharata with his divine padukas. This is Bharata doing Padasevanam. Archanam. This is Shabari Pati doing Archanam to Lord Rama. Following the words of her guru Matanga Munivar, she chanted Ramanama and waited for Lord Rama's darshanam. She plucked fruits every day and waited for Lord Rama. Finally, one day, Rama came and accepted all the offerings made by Shabari. This also shows how Bhagavan blesses one who has steadfast devotion to their guru. Vandanam. If we go to any temple, we always find Hanuman's hands in Anjali Hasta doing Vandanam to Bhagavan. This shows Hanuman's humbleness. Dasyam. Lord Hanuman is also the epitome of Dasya Bhakti. The unconditional service he did to Lord Rama is incomparable. You can imagine Lord Hanuman's greatness just from one cantam of Srimad Ramayana, which is Sundara Kanda. Sakhyam, Guha Sakhyam. Guha is considered to be an ideal friend of Lord Rama. Atmanivedanam. The noble acts of Jatayu are considered to be one of the important aspects of Srimad Ramayana. Being an old eagle not caring about his own life, he had a tremendous battle with Ravana to prevent the abduction of Sita Devi. In this encounter, Jatayu lost his wings and eventually lost his life in the laps of Sri Rama. Such was his complete faith in Lord Rama. In this step, we have shown Nava Vidha Bhakthi from Srimad Bhagavatam. Shravanam. King Parikshit, during the last 7 days of his life, decided to listen to only Krishna Katha. He was on complete fast for 7 days and 7 nights, and the only thing he drank was Krishna Kathamritam. This gave him the highest state of liberation or moksha. Kirtanam. Sage Shuka, who was the son of Vedavyasa, from whom Shuka learned the entire Bhagavatam, narrated the greatest Mahapurana, Srimad Bhagavatam, to Parikshit on the banks of river Ganga. Vishnuho Smaranam. 5-year-old Prahlada always did the Smaranam of Lord Srihari. Right from when he was in his mother's womb, he heard about the greatness of Bhagavan through his guru Sage Narada. Even though he was surrounded by asuras, his thoughts were always with Sri Hari. Padasevanam. Little calves and cows of Vrindavana were always with Lord Krishna and licking the lotus feet right from the time he was a small baby. Nimetidum pasukutatil uncharanate suvaitidum Pasuvagananirindira vendum Premika Varada is a defined composition by His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Shri Muralidhara Swamiji. Archana. Little Dhruva went to the forest and did tapas to have darshana of Lord Sri Hari. His bhakti was so deep that he did archana to the Lord that was installed in his heart by his guru Sage Narada Maharshi. Vandana. This is Kunti doing Vandana Bhakti to Lord Sri Krishna. After Krishna saved the unborn child of Uttara, the wife of Abhimanyu, Kunti had no words to convey her gratitude and said the Kunti Stuti. Dasyam. Akrura, the minister of Kamsa and the uncle of Lord Krishna, was in such a state of deep devotion to Lord Krishna that he rolled over the sands of Vrindavana after seeing Krishna's footprints. Sakhyam. Sudama Sakhya Bhakti. Through Krishna and Sudama's friendship, Sage Shuka also shows that Guru's compassion alone is enough. We can see this that Krishna is the king and Sudama is just a poor Brahmana, but both of them are having a peaceful and happy life. This is only possible to the grace of the Guru. Atmanivis. The elephant king Gajendra was attacked by the crocodile and tried to save himself for almost 1,000 years, and finally when he realized that only Srimad Narayana could save him, he did complete surrender. Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Hearing this, Lord Sri Hari came flying on his Garuda and saved Gajendra and gave him the highest state of liberation. In Kali Yugam, how can we follow the Nava Vidha Bhakti sadhanas? Shravanam, by listening to the stories of Bhagavan and sadhus, whenever and wherever it occurs. Kirtanam, by singing the kritis of great saints like Mirabai, how Mirabai sung on Lord Sri Krishna and how Adi Shankaracharya recited many shlokas on various deities. For example, Kanakadhara Stotra. is Kirtana Bhakti. Smarana Bhakti, doing smaranam of various Archavatara Murtis. For example, doing smaranam of our Pandarinatha and chanting the Mahamantra in smaranam of Bhagavan. Padasevanam, doing sevanam to Guru Paduka. Archanam, by offering flowers and doing puja to Bhagavan in temples and at our home. Vandanam, to do vandanam to the Lord in holy kshetras. Dasyam, to do service to the Guru and to the society, just like how Swami Vivekananda inspired us all. Sakhyam, friendship with Lord Krishna by offering him whatever he likes and celebrating him in all possible ways. All of these bhakti sadhanas will take us to offer ourselves completely to Bhagavan. All these 9 types of sadhana bhakti lead to sadhya bhakti, which is also known as prema bhakti. Now, on the side of our main Golu, we have depicted the Pancha Bhavas from Srimad Ramayanam and Srimad Bhagavatam. Shanta Bhava, Krishna is my own inner self, Antaryami. Bhishmacharya's love is such that he offered his mind and heart to Lord Krishna. This is Bhishmacharya lying in the bed of arrows and Lord Krishna giving him darshana. Dasya Bhava, Bhagavan is my master and doing service to Bhagavan. Here we can see Lord Hanuman sits with such gambhiryam in front of Ravana in Ravana's court. Hanuman also advises Ravana about his inappropriate acts. His love to Lord Rama is shown through his service. Vatsalya Bhavam, motherly love towards Bhagavan. Dasharatha, Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi always showered motherly love towards Lord Rama. Here we can see the Jananam of Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna. Sakhya Bhavam, friendly love. The Gopas of Gokula never thought Krishna to be the Supreme One, but they always thought him to be one among themselves. But the deep faith they had in Krishna shows the love towards Bhagavan. Such is their Sakhya Bhavam. Here we can see Krishna stealing butter along with his friends. Aane pot adan meleri Paanai kuri veitu padam paarkindrai Oiyaramai vandu nirkindrai kannam. Madhurya Bhavam, Prema Bhakti towards Bhagavan. Radha Devi's Madhurya Bhava towards Lord Krishna is shown here. Andal Pirati's Madhurya Bhava towards Ranganatha is shown here. In Nachiyar Tirumozhi, we can see how Andal Pirati shares her Madhurya Bhava towards Bhagavan. Ekanta Bhakti leads to Prema Bhakti. Ekanta Bhakti means showering all our love on one deity. Here we have depicted the Krishna Leela from the Dashma Skandam of Srimad Bhagavatam. Listening to the various Leelas of Lord Shri Krishna will lead us to Bhakti towards Bhagavan. Towards the end of Dwapar Yuga, when the adharma was increasing, Bhumi Mata, in the form of a cow, went to Lord Brahma. Then Brahma, along with Lord Shiva and the other Devatas, went on to the refuge of Lord Sri Vishnu. Mahavishnu gave them the assurance that he will be born in the house of Vasudeva. Vasudeva grihe sakshat bhagavan purushav paraha. Janishyate tatpriyartam sambhavantu surashyaha. to Vasudeva and Devaki as Lord Krishna. Here we can see the procession of Devaki and Vasudeva's wedding, during which Kamsa hears the Ashariri that the 8th child of Devaki will kill Kamsa. Later, Kamsa puts Devaki and Vasudeva in jail. We can see Krishna in the womb of Mata Devaki. Once Krishna is born in the night of Ashtami Rohini, Vasudeva carries Krishna to Gokula. There he leaves baby Krishna with Yashoda Mata and takes the baby girl who is none other than Yoga Maya. Now we can see the various Bala Leelas of Krishna, starting from Putana Moksham to Trinavarta Vadham and Shakatasura Vadham. This is the story of a fruit seller woman who through her love towards Krishna gets all the blessings. Her basket full of fruits turns into gold. Here we can see Krishna tied to the mortar by Yashoda Mata in Damodar Leela. He gives Shapa Vimochana to the sons of Kubera, Nalakupara and Manigriva. Here we can see the Navanita Chaurya Leela of Krishna, how Krishna and Balarama are eagerly waiting for Mata Yashoda to finish churning the butter, or will they just break the pot and take away the butter? Never know Krishna's plans. One day, Krishna and his friends decided to have a picnic in the forest. They packed variety of food. There, Lord Brahma came and took all the kids and cows away. Then Krishna took the form of everyone and went to their respective houses. After 1 year, Brahma came back and returned the children and also realized his mistake and submitted his pride under the feet of Bhagavan. Krishna jumped from the Kadamba tree in Kalya Ghat onto the head of the poisonous snake Kalya. This is Kalya Nartana Leela. Krishna dancing on the poisonous snake Kalya in the river Yamuna and removes all pride from Kalya and assures Kalya that Garuda will not harm him. On a full moon night, Krishna melodiously played his flute, calling all the gopis of Vrindavana. The gopis came, leaving all their household chores right there because of their prema bhakti towards Krishna. Krishna questioned them, asking them why did they come, but because of their prema bhakti, they said that they came because of the anugraha of Krishna. Krishna then performed the Rasa dance along with Radharani and all the other gopis. Lord Shiva, being Gopishvara himself, witnessed the entire Rasa dance. In Vrindavana, it was a yearly ritual to do puja to Indra, the Lord of the Rain. 7-year-old Krishna, filled with curiosity, went and asked his father Nanda Baba, "Why do we do puja to Indra, asking him for the rain when he is just the Devata? Shouldn't we be doing puja to the Govardhana hill, which is protecting us from all calamities? It is the hill which offers food to our cows, and we Gopas, our job is to graze the cows, so we should be doing puja to the Govardhana hill." Angered by this, Indra poured rains onto Vrindavana. All the Gopas, without hesitation, did surrender to Krishna. Krishna was pleased by their devotion and thought to himself, "What did I do to get such bhaktas?" He immediately lifted the Govardhana hill to protect all the Vrajvasis. The Vrajvasis were overjoyed by this, but Indra was super angry. He poured rain for continuous 7 days and nights. The only thing that the Gopas and Gopis did was total surrender to Krishna. And Krishna then lifted the Govardhana mountain and saved all the beings. The Gopas were very comfortable under the Govardhana hill. The entire Vrindavana was flooded Krishna protected all the Vrajvasis. Later, Indra came and surrendered himself to Lord Krishna. He performed the Govinda Pattabhishekam. Suryabi doing Palabhishekam to Krishna, and Airavatam doing Abhishekam with the Akasha Ganga. All the Vrajvasis chanted the name of Govinda, 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 Govinda. With that, we finish the presentation of our Golu. Bhakti to Bhagavan can be easily achieved simply by chanting the divine names of Bhagavan incessantly. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.